Hi, today we'll be discussing Chapter 10, dealing with paraeducators. In different grade levels of teachers and paraeducators, our responsibilities will vary. Kindergarten teachers often do not need as many paraeducators, therefore 4 kindergarten teachers can share 1 paraeducator. Teachers do decide the task and how the paraeducator will divide her time among them. In primary schools, they contract with a private company to provide a paraeducator. Meanwhile, in high schools, providing information to this person, directing their work, and communication about student progress and needs is necessary. Understanding paraeducators. We define paraeducators as individuals who provide direct and indirect instructional and other services to students who are supervised by licensed professionals who are responsible for student outcomes. While some of us here in the South may know paraeducators as those who have lived in the communities for a long time and maybe someone's parent or grandparent of a child in the school, this chapter emphasizes the paraeducators who are employed for the purpose of assisting in the delivery of services across a variety of settings to students who have disabilities. Paraeducator qualifications. It used to be states and local school districts simply decided on the education and skills expected of these school personnel. For example, whether a high school diploma, some specializing training, or a certain number of college credits. Now, though, expectations for paraeducators who work in Title I must have an associate's degree or equivalent, or pass a test demonstrating their skills for assisting in reading, math, writing, and school readiness. IDEA qualifications must be appropriately trained and must have the knowledge and skills necessary to work with students with disabilities. For example, learning how to safely lift a student, communicate clearly with a student, use technology or equipment that is required for the student, or respond appropriately to a student's behaviors. Paraeducator roles and responsibilities. They used to be they graded papers, took attendance, collected lunch money, taking routine tasks so the teachers can have more time spending giving instructions. Now, expected is to spend a majority of their time working with individual students or small groups of students. Today's paraeducators work in 3 ways. First, provide general support to teachers or classrooms. Second, assigned as one-to-one assistance for students whose disabilities present extraordinary needs. Third, paraeducator supports special education programs but not assigned to specific students. Instructional responsibilities. When giving instructional delivery, they need to provide a specific intervention for 4th and 5th grade students who read below grade level, help students with a disability to identify numbers, review instructions given earlier with student, lead students through steps for in-class assignments, read tests to students, help students find appropriate resources for projects, help keep students organized, facilitate student friendship by arranging a group of students with and without disabilities. Basically, we're going to embed independence in our students. Non-instructional responsibilities. Support for students. Some students can receive instruction in public schools only because paraeducators provide for their personal care. Example, this may involve feeding a student, moving the student from place to place, carrying out procedures such as catheterization, changing diapers, or assisting a student in using the toilet. Clerical responsibilities may count as they may enter into the electronic record-keeping system, students' scores on a recent assessment, update progress notes regarding student learning, or enter data behavior intervention plan. Also, clerical work for teachers. Other non-instructional responsibilities, some educators provide translation for not native English speakers.